I'm the glue that keeps my parents' relationship stable. I know this place exists, where there are people with similar struggles as I do. I always had to deal with the horrible temper of my parents, ever since very little. I never fully understood why they hated me so much. There was a big gap in between their love and the terrifying fear both made me feel. It wasn't until just yesterday that my psychologist and I placed all the pieces together of why this tale was repeating itself over and over. To clarify and add context to my situation, I almost passed away 3 different times due to COVID and then a previous illness, leaving me paralyzed and unable to move my body without my lung capacity and my voice. I was basically a step away from death. Back then I cursed that the illness didn't kill me soon enough. I hated that my parents took the privilege of saying what good parents were by saving me, how God had blessed them. I hated all of it. All those doctors didn't know that they were the ones that drove me away from home in the middle of the pandemic because they said I needed an office job to be inadequate in their lives. If I refused, I was then going to be not only punished but in charge of all the cleaning of the house by myself. It was sickening, and yet I couldn't pronounce a single word. I still can't. My voice box was severely damaged due to doctors' malpractice. It only made things more difficult for me to express my preferences since my mom took gladly the chance to talk for me each time she had. She would express that I was happy about everything when it was all the opposite. But of course, she wouldn't tell them that her daughter wanted to KLL herself before the sickness. I wanted all of it to be over. They didn't let me. I had no other choice than to recover from the ground up again. With help of nurses attending me, it became harder for my parents to keep up with the fake facade. Multiple nurses noticed the horrible ways they treated me. But when they tried to defend me or themselves, they would get fired and a new nurse would be placed. I had to learn the hard way that if I wanted to keep someone to help me, they had to also keep quiet so my parents wouldn't take her away from me. As I grew stronger and healthier, my parents allowed themselves to be meaner and meaner to me again. At first, they would take things I liked, like getting my nails done. They took them as punishment because I asked for help around with my medical equipment. I explained that I was doing all things by myself, and my mom was not helping me at all. I was trying to look for solutions. See if we could hire another nurse to help since things had gotten so bad that I only have one caretaker on the weekends. They simply didn't want to aid me. No explanations. And they took away the $4 they used to give me for my nails. They threatened me of taking away my psychologist as well, but never fully committed. Still, this is how gears started turning against me. They were using fear and manipulation to keep me at bay. After that, they have been taking away the chances I had of going out, locking me inside the house. I no longer let me join them to buy groceries. I can't buy food for myself, am not allowed to self-hygiene products. Taking things I need is their way of getting back at me. When I tell them, they are being unfair with me, that the way they communicate could improve. I try to tell them how much they hurt me over and over, but in their eyes, I am the one that has to take the blame. And after all this, I'm still in a worse state than I was before. I have to live attached to a machine in order to survive. I have to take care of my meds if I don't want any consultations taking over my body. I'm stuck in this house. I respect them because I fear what they can do to me. I don't love them even if they are my parents. They don't deserve my love. And what was the thing that I discovered? What took me so long to realize when I was at my psychologist yesterday? That I'm not their daughter but a tool for the toxic relationship my parents have. Both have their own problems, and that's fine. We all have to deal with our own problems in life. But when you are fighting with your husband or wife every single weekend, it makes it obvious that something is wrong. I never noticed they had relationship problems before the sickness. I was their punching bag, someone so both could drain their frustrations and share a wave of anger on someone so their relationship could stay afloat. I was the thing keeping them together so that could rip me apart once more. I think when I was little I might have tried helping my parents to not argue, but by doing that they chose to pick on me. All my childhood I can remember them smiling and laughing when I was hungry, sad, or alone, and I saw them like that just a few days ago, when they took everything. What I can really do? I don't have a voice, literally, and they choose to fight me. I'm tired of it. I have told them that I'm tired of having to deal with their arguments every single weekend because it's the same thing over and over again. I'm not the drunk of the house or the compulsive spender. I ain't that. And still, they pin the blame on me. Both have to be upset somehow, and everyone has to be okay with their tantrums. But if I defend myself, now I am the bad guy. I fear the thought of ending myself. After all the effort I did to get healthy, even if I was forced to be healthy, I have suffered a lot just to get here where I am now. Both make me miserable. I don't want to be here with them, yet I can't leave. I'm trapped. The machines, the meds, the little food I have. But if it helps, I'm trying to get myself busy with work. I'm an artist, so at least my creation can bring me some sort of income. I want to have enough money so I can get out of here. I honestly don't have anyone to tell this, since I live all the time on the same roof as them, and they are always watching. I fear the worst. I don't have peace, and I think my parents are going to keep neglecting me like they used to do, until I'm in the brink of death again. I don't want to be rude. I'm grateful if you have come to read this much, but I'm doing commissions. If you can buy me a small drawing, it could help me lots. Thank you for your time, and thank you for reading.